All right, peeps, very exciting unboxing today. In the mailbag, we have the Newt Smart Display from, well, it's from Darian Johnson, the creator, but it's going to be live soon on CrowdSupply. You can go to the page now at the link below and register for updates. What it is an incredibly low power smart display that's designed to run for a couple of months on a 500 milliamp hour LiPo battery. And you can stick it pretty much wherever. He's got a bunch of different mounting suggestions, but let's open it up and take a look. I haven't actually peeked yet. I just got the tape off so that it'd be easy to open. Let's switch over. Okay, what do we got here? Some bubble wrap, a nice note. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about Newt on Hackster. Okay, so be sure to tune in next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific because we're actually having Darian on our weekly chat show, Hackster Cafe, and I'm so excited to interview him. Okay, so this guy has created a bunch of cool projects. Just a ton of different really cool things, and you can find his projects on Hackster already, as well as on Hackaday and a bunch of other cool links. And he's got a YouTube with some cool demos. Let's get this out of the box, though. Yeah. What's this? Fruit Newtons. Cool. You need hacking fuel. That's the greatest packaging I've ever seen. Some little mounting hardware. That's so exciting. Oh, yay! It comes with a little 500 milliamp hour battery, presumably with a JST connector to go with the board. Yes, beautiful. This is a very small battery. Very easy to mount wherever without giving it a ton of weight. Particularly as one of the suggested uses is to mount it on a fridge where you're going to see it wherever. I have a couple of really fun uses that I'm thinking of for this. And I think it's going to be very functional. Some more hardware. Ooh, fancy. I love this. Well, we'll get into that later. Let's get to the thing itself first. So this is, again, very unofficial packaging directly from the creator. So exciting. And I'm really honored to have one of these before they go live. But we'll take a look at the CrowdSupply page in a bit. Look at this! Ah, cool! It's Newt! And it says Pambili, which is, I think it means forward in Zulu language, according to Darian. Let's get this off and see what, oh, is it made of wood? Oh, okay, it's wood all the way through. Perfect. So this is like a particle board, little stand with living hinges! Look at that! Magic! Magic! Okay, let's get the actual device out now. Sorry if you're hearing my heater kick on. Sadly, we don't have an isolated sound environment. Look at this. Okay, so this is the back. Here's the front. So this is a special kind of display. According to Darian, this is an SHARP, what is it called? Memory in pixel display. And it's, okay, so according to Darian, it's the next generation solution for low power displays. Better even than e-ink because apparently it has a faster refresh rate. Let's get some focus on here. I think it's trying to focus on its own reflection. Stop being so narcissistic, camera. You have 10 capacitive touch buttons here, 4 big ones, 6 little ones. You've got a USB-C connector. You've got a little power switch. Oh yeah, I love these guys. A couple of user programmable buttons, presumably to be assigned for boot and reset. And then we have, ooh, interesting. Is that a little like quick connector or a stemma QT connector? What's going on there? I didn't notice that before. Ah, cool. And then here's our LiPo connector. Let's see if it's hooked up to anything in particular right now. In a second, we'll take a look at the specs on the website. But another thing to note beforehand is that this is an ESP32 S2W rover module. So there is Wi-Fi capability on this. Noted is that if you choose to do a lot of Wi-Fi heavy stuff, then it's going to drastically reduce the battery life. Wireless comms pretty much always take a lot of juice. Let's see if this has any charge out of the box. Which way up are we going? Like that. What? Oh, this might have a weird type of connector on here, actually. Actually, I think this might be... Can I get this in here? Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Oh, I think it goes this way. This is what we get when it happens live. There we go. Got there in the end. Good job, me. And it looks like maybe not right now, but we have a USB cable ready to go. So let's plug it in. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a really cool display. It's programmable with Arduino as well as CircuitPython eventually, and I think it's called ESP-IDF. So if you're familiar with programming ESPs with other forms already, then you may be right at home. And then we also have a little buzzer on here, so you can even do sound alerts, which is cool because a lot of the suggested uses for this are, for example, calendars, team meeting, and like room occupied signs, things like that. I could use it as like a little on-air thingy. Imagine if I hooked up like a motion detector, and if there were a meeting in progress, then it would play a little tone. But yeah, lots of cool stuff to look at here. Let's take a look at the website, which I have to pull up real quick. You can look at this while I do that. Okay, so the Newts. Okay. The full title is a low-power, open-source, 2.7-inch IoT display powered by an ESP32S2 module and featuring SHARP's memory-in-pixel MIP screen technology. We have an example use depicted here. Very pretty. You've got a quotation from Mr. Lauder. You've got a clock, calendar, and you've even got weather. I'm going to go through a couple of my ideas for this in a second. But yeah, always on, wall mountable, can go online to retrieve weather, calendars, sports scores, to-do lists, quotes, anything on the internet. Program it with Arduino, CircuitPython, or ESP-IDF, as mentioned before. So yeah, and as mentioned before, Sharp's memory and pixel technology avoids the slow refresh times associated with e-ink. So I'm a huge fan of e-ink. I love it, and I love that there's like, displays coming around that have multiple colors and things. But this has a faster refresh rate if you're looking to do like animations or something. Imagine being able to like put a little GIF on here every day. That'd be super cool. Oh yeah, and there's multi-timer support. So we've added a real-time clock on RTC, and not just that, but if you scroll down here, timekeeping timers and alarms, microcrystal RV3028C7 RTC. It's optimized for extreme low power consumption, able to simultaneously manage a periodic timer, a countdown timer, and an alarm. Super cool. Hardware interrupt for timers and alarms. This thing is really well set up for any kind of like kitchen timers and multiple timers that you want to have working together. It could go in your bedroom, it could go in your office, so that you have all kinds of different options. And again, you have that buzzer built right in that's going to make it easy to give you little sound alerts when you have an alarm. Very cool. It's cordless. It's designed to operate untethered, so you can mount it anywhere, like on a wall, refrigerator, mirror, or dry erase board. And again, it's really light. Like, this is a very light device, and it's designed from the ground up for very, very low power devices. So here's some suggested uses. Kitchen timer, bedside alarm, habit tracker. In fact, that's one thing that Darian has on his YouTube here, which is not like a full-fledged YouTube channel. Oh, go away. Anyway, he's got an example of a habit calendar on here, which I think is a cool use of it. I'm really into habit tracking because I like to know what my brain's getting up to. Weather station, sports scores, meeting room status, user productivity, Fitbit stats. Okay, so there are more complex things you can do by hooking this up with third-party APIs and things. Fitbits, Google Calendars, Alexa to-dos, current traffic conditions. One thing that I'm interested in using this for is something like Purple Air. Oh, you've gone all gray for some reason. Here we go. It needed to refresh, but this is air quality data in San Francisco, like over here by the office. And it's sort of a crowdsourced thing where you can buy your own sensor and put it around. So you could put your own Purple Air sensor outdoors and have it report to you what your air quality is, and then you could show that on your fridge. They've got an API as well where you can just, I think you can ping other people's sensors as well. Just choose one. There's also airnow.gov, who have their own API. As someone who lives in California, seeing this wildfires in California alert Yes, this is something that we deal with annually, and it would be really cool to be able to know before going outside and like when to kick on the air filters or whatever. Tariq says, I'm officially interested. How much is it? I'm not sure how much it is going to go for. Let's see if it says on the page. That might not be totally set yet. I think you're going to have to stay tuned. But as with all upcoming CrowdSupply releases, you can sign up and subscribe to updates when the project launches. What else have we got? As I mentioned, ESP32S2W rover module with 4 megs of flash and 2 megs of PS RAM. We've got Wi-Fi capability. Again, if you choose not to do anything with Wi-Fi, then your battery's going to last a lot longer. Deep sleep current as low as 25 microamps in deep sleep. Dang. This 2.7-inch display is 240 by 400 pixels. You can deliver high contrast, high resolution, low latency content with ultra low power consumption. And look at this. Reflective mode leverages ambient light to eliminate the need for a backlight. I'm really curious about that because I've never seen much about this type of display before. 10 capacitive touchpads. There's also that power switch and 2 programmable tactile buttons for reset and boot. All kinds of good stuff here. And some things I haven't mentioned before. You're compatible with open source libraries for this ESP32, the Adafruit GFX library for fonts and other stuff, the Adafruit Sharp Memory Display library for writing on the display, and the RTC. And then there's they're going to have a bunch more stuff available in the GitHub repo. Right now you can find a bunch of different assets, license, board and schematic files for Eagle, and a schematic.png. That might actually be in this previous page as well. Check that out. You can already see this. Plus there's some more info on here. It's pretty much the same stuff. Optional hardware for mounting and desktop use. You can use putty for non-magnetic adhesion, or you could build a stand, and I'm assuming that's where this one comes in. Let's see if I can figure this out on the fly. I'm not going to be embarrassed if it takes me a minute, because something that comes with the package of doing this stuff live is that sometimes my brain isn't able to track all the things at once and do creative problem solving at the same time. But let's see. Okay, so to me this looks like it goes like this. Ooh, oh, I push it in, I bet. And then we're gonna second. There we go. That was strange. Huh. Yeah. Tariq says the Fig Newton bit was funny. I might be missing a joke there. It reminds me of the Apple Newton, which I actually made an Apple Newton etched onto a Fig Newton once. So, this is kind of a similar device to a Newton. Not quite, but kind of. This is super cool. Thank you for the comment, David. So let's see. I think we just stick this in here. Oh, does it go this way? And then maybe no, that doesn't make sense. What about that way? That would be cool, actually. But then it wouldn't show the logos and stuff. What if we do it this way? And then I could even stick the battery through here. This is probably not how it's meant to go, but it's kind of what my brain is suggesting to me right now. And honestly, it kind of works. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, plenty of different ways that you could configure this. Oh no! Stop being in the way of each other. Ah! This is a really cool little design. I'm sure that there's a really smart way that this goes together, and I'll probably get it as soon as the video is over. It's just the way of things. Oh, what have I done now? Oh, it goes like that. Duh. Okay. Please bear with me. Well, there's a couple other things I wanted to note, which is that below in the description you can find Darian's Twitter profile, which includes a link tree with links to the Pambili page and blog, which is, I think, the name for his development studio. There we go. Check that out. So I'm gonna blame it on my Friday brain that I completely forgot to turn the Newt on. I know. There's a cool little intro sequence, and then you set the Wi-Fi info by connecting to it from your device and doing the configuration, which takes under a minute. Then it figures out your location and sets the time zone accordingly. Plus, remember how I was talking about building in air quality? He already has it! It's already right in there! Plus a forecast from AirNow. Not to mention weather for days out and the habit tracker, which is surprisingly powerful. There's even an app for Brian Eno's oblique strategies. This isn't just some pretty gadget. There's already a ton of strong features built into the Newt, with an attractive interface to boot. How's that for some open source hardware? Oh, plus I figured out that these silver thingies are magnetic, and I finally got the stand put together. I had to use some slightly longer screws to get to the standoffs through the material. But it looks great, and it works awesomely! And this lives on my desk now. Okay, so I have to mention that this is not the first cool display project that Darian has done. And again, we're going to be talking on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, so don't miss that, because you can ask questions in the comments about all these other cool projects, including this Make It So Star Trek mini engineering computer. Look at that! It's a mini Star Trek computer display. I love it. With sort of LCARS style display on there. Great. Alexa-enabled touchscreen tablet thing. Compost Professor. He's got a bunch of cool projects around automating your compost setup. Compost Helper Alexa skill. Smart compost system. Compost Professor, smart composting system. And then even more about DIY hardware having to do with that. If you're interested in composting, all kinds of cool stuff. We'll probably talk about that as well. Plus this really cool prize-winning Scent Terrific Smart Candle that won one of our prizes. Made of wax. Flickers like a real flame, emits scents through a wax warmer, and is controllable by Alexa. So cool. So all kinds of cool different projects created here. Be sure to go and check that out. Go subscribe so that you'll be notified when the project launches, and come join us next Tuesday at 10 a.m. for our interview. Okay. Thank you, Darian. This is very exciting. I'm going to have the best lungs anywhere because I'm going to know everything about the air quality in my area. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Hack on.